I used intermittent fasting to lose belly weight, as I talked about in this video, and so I wanted to share my experience with other post-menopausal women or anyone with a history of disordered eating like I had. I'm Debbie Thompson, and I help women over 40 to go from feeling frustrated and out of control with their bodies, food, or weight to strong, confident, and beautiful through the menopause stages and beyond. If that sounds like what you need, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified so you will know when I post a video every week. Okay, so first and foremost, for me to do anything or recommend it to you, it has to be healthy, and it cannot be about the number on the scale. Because when we do it for the number on the scale, we tend to resort to extreme measures that not only hurt us, but in the long run, they aren't sustainable. Okay, key differences, and one of the biggest questions I think about what I did now with intermittent fasting versus what I would have done as somebody who was a yo-yo dieter and binge eater. First of all, when it's only about the calories and you think like, okay, I'm gonna slash my calories to 1,000, or I'm gonna do this one meal a day thing. If you do that from diet mentality, you can have 1,000 very unhealthy calories. If you think, a calorie is a calorie, and as long as I keep it to 1,000, I'm good. Or you can have 1,000 calories of vegetables, again, trying to extremely restrict yourself. Vegetables are super healthy for you. However, they don't contain all the vitamins and nutrients you need, which also leads me to what I would have done in the past before I knew one meal a day was a thing. I remember trying that for a while, but my one meal a day was not nutritionally balanced. It was way low in vitamins and nutrients and calories, and it did not give my body what it needed. So therefore, I didn't have any energy. I couldn't stick with it because eventually, willpower only lasts so long. So with that being my history, for the longest time, I figured that intermittent fasting and this one meal a day idea were just, extremely unhealthy and just a diet mentality way of trying to lose weight that could never last. And I just didn't even consider it. But eventually, over time, I started to hear about the health benefits of it and a lot more scientific evidence. And I still didn't think I was ready, but I just sort of sat back and listened to the information. And the longer I listened, the more I was hearing some things that had nothing to do with weight loss. So those include stabilizing blood sugar, cognitive function and brain health, reducing inflammation, which is one of the leading causes of like autoimmune issues. And I just took it in for a couple years. And then, as I talked about in that video, quarantine hit and I was sitting a lot, and I could tell that I was my weight just seemed to be shifting and gathering around my belly. And so because of the fact that I already eat clean and healthy, I already do work out, I was not falling off any wagons, I didn't cheat on my diet, but I still found out at a doctor's appointment I had gained 8 pounds. And again, that I had also gained this in my belly, which is not good for, heart health and things like that. So I need to keep that to a minimum. And I thought, there's not a lot more I can do because I do already eat well. I did change and increase my exercise, which has helped. But the other thing that I thought maybe I could try and that I was in the mindset of trying would be intermittent fasting. So tell me in the comments, you tried fasting? I'm going to lead into a little bit of the detail of how I went about it, and I'd be curious to hear from you if these are things you tried as well. Okay, so the first thing I did was I eased into it. This was what was very cool, is that as I was taking in the information about healthy fasting, I realized you don't have to just like start Monday, like that old diet mentality and say, starting today, I don't eat for 20 hours and, I have to do everything perfect. That's not true. So fasting is considered to start from when you finish eating. and then have a window until you start eating again. So before I started trying this intermittent fasting, I probably was naturally, fasting for about 12 to 13 hours. I am not in the habit anymore of eating nighttime eating, but I had always been eating breakfast for a long time. So probably 12 or 13 hours is what I normally was doing. So the first week I extended it to 14 hours. And then the week after that I did 15, and the week after that I did 16. My goal was to get to a 16-hour fast window. I will talk more about this next week. I'm going to go into a lot more details about how to start out if you want to try it and learn how to stick to it. But anyway, so my goal was a 16-hour fast, and that took me probably about 3 weeks to get to. All right, next key is I didn't worry about perfection. Once I realized this, that again, this doesn't have to be the old diet model. I learned that it doesn't really matter if we do it every day. We will probably still get results. Yes, it may have sped up my results if I was super strict with it. However, like I said, because of my history and because I know how low the success rate is for anyone who diets, it's over 90% failure rate. I just knew that there was no reason to try to go for this all or nothing mentality, so I didn't worry about it. If I worked out the night before and the next morning I was incredibly hungry and that felt logical to me because now I know how to listen to my body, I just ate. I didn't stress out about it. I also didn't worry about the weekends. So sometimes on a Friday or Saturday night, if I had alcohol sort of late into the night, say I had alcohol till 10 or 11 at night, I was not going to try to wait 16 hours the next day until I ate in the middle of the afternoon. It worked fine. Finally, I followed everything that I teach women to do to create a sustained weight loss and healed relationship with food. I continue to eat clean. I continue to follow a balanced macro type of eating, which is protein, fat, and carbs, and I talk about that more in this video. I continue to eat mindfully, as I said earlier, about if I worked out the night before and it was logical to me that of course you're going to be hungry, it's okay. Mindfully is just paying attention to what exactly is going on. Instead of following the rules of a diet, a one-size-fits-all plan, get in touch with and listen to yourself. I also continued to work out regularly. I continued to make sure I was making healthy choices for my hormones, my stress, and my sleep. I talk about all of those in my free download that's in the link below that tells you about the 7 common reasons that women struggle to lose weight and deal with weight gain over 40. So make sure you head below and grab that download. Okay, so as far as my results, I lost 8 pounds in 2 months, and I lost at least 2 inches. I did not measure myself everywhere. I only measured my belly because my belly weight was what I was concerned about. But I can say that my rings felt looser and still feel looser, and my pants do as well. So it seems like that it has really been effective for more than just my belly weight. Okay, so in conclusion, I was shocked at how much I've taken to. I am really liking this lifestyle and I plan to stick with it. Whether I continue to lose any more weight or not, it actually has been nice not to take the extra time out to figure out what to eat in the morning. And sometimes I would have a mid-morning snack. It's just easier to condense the whole thing into a smaller window of time and just continue on in my day. So that's it for now. Let me know in the comments what questions this brought up for you, and I will answer them. Also, remember to grab your free download below and like this video if it was helpful, and tune in next week when I am going to give you my top tips to be successful with starting and sticking to intermittent fasting, because as everything I teach, this is about sustainability and healing, not short-term quick fixes. See you next time.